I can get up there. Okay. That's no.
Well, welcome to this Christmas podcast, friends, to which end episode second movies TV of recent.
Yep, another week, another show.
For if any Washingtonians are tuning in, I'm tuning in. It's tuning in. I would like to put. I would tuning in. It's fair to say that while the storm didn't the storm earlier this week didn't exactly affect my colleague too much. There was at least one part of his area that got the worst of it.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't really notice it that much. uh, yeah, the week's been kind of, it's like, yeah, it's been a low energy week. And it's like tomorrow I'm gonna be doing a bit of not really cleaning, but organizing stuff. I actually picked up some storage tubs from Fred Meyer's. So I'm gonna go through the closet. Okay, what don't I need up here? And depending on how much stuff I clear out, I may put the Kotobukiya figures or maybe the plushies up there. I'm not sure. Depends on how many things I can stuff into the boxes. Yay, cleaning! Woo!
Uh, basically a park in his area had trees down. I, well, my place got a bit of a rattling from the fence, but thankfully my dad's a little bit on the job. Also ended up uh, housing some friends of ours for at least 24 hours, whilst their power was getting restored.
Yeah, like I heard, I did hear it was pretty bad in some places. Yeah, I've been continuing to put the snack videos up now at one per day, though I'm almost out of videos. So like, okay, yeah, I have like two things left for December. Need to wait for January, and I have the Turkish Munchies box still. Ugh. But at least I have my videos, at least the snack videos, on a consistent schedule now.
While he has housework on the subject, I think I should point out that my folks have been doing a little repainting. It's going to be a slow process, but they got at least 2 rooms done this week.
That's good.
As you can probably tell from his end, he kind of got a little too occupied. Fortunately, not only have I managed to get the recent recent update to this mod working, but also uh, during some testings, I found some new areas as well as new skins worth showcasing.
Yeah, I did actually plan on recording another video to round out the two for tonight, but yeah, I've only just barely started to wake up as of late. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the weather. There's something about as of late. It's just been. Hmm.
Regardless, we managed to press on with week 3 of Iron Man month with the the only CG film they made that actually incorporates the actual art, the style you're familiar with, as opposed to what happened later, which actually become which not to say it was a bad movie, but the style they chose quite unrecognizable for Aardman at least.
Yeah. But yeah, this week we watched Flushed Away. Now, initial thoughts. Eh, not as much as last week's movie. Not sure what it is compared to Chicken Run, but well, I'll get into my onto the why of that in a bit. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't horrible, but let's just say there was a slight shift in humor style in this movie.
They still managed to pull through regardless, because honestly, it's kind of hard to honestly it's kind of hard to really think of a property of Aardman's that's been well.
Yeah. Also, apparently, I might need to earbuds again because for whatever reason this week it's deciding to pick up, the stuff from the speakers. Usually, it's been good about that, about not picking up, you know, probably being able to go headphones free, but apparently not this week. Okay, did I plug that into the right one? Let me check the settings.
Could not put notice if you were watching picked up a bit on your side.
It's working. Uh, but yeah, so this story is about a oh, hold on, let me get another drink. A rat belonging to a wealthy family. It's like he has his own like two-story gold cage and everything. So the family goes out for vacation. The daughter makes sure to leave enough food for the week. But yeah, the main character is Roddy St. James, played by Hugh Jackman, or voiced by Hugh Jackman. And we actually get a reference to that at near the beginning. So he's sorting through his clothes, and one of the outfits is the classic Wolverine outfit. So one of the styles of humor that this movie tries to go for is reference humor. So, like I said, such as the Wolverine outfit. Anyway, so yeah, the owners are away, and he's messing around with dolls and action figures. Hanging out with the guys and girls, and when yeah, suddenly something comes out of the sink, and it's a sewer rat named Sid. Who likes the place? Like he wants to stay, chill, and watch the World Cup finals. Yeah, Roddy is not okay with this. So it's like, okay, it's like he how should I put it? He tries to lure him into the toilet. Like, oh, it's a nice bath. But yeah, Sid knows what a toilet is, so he pushes Roddy in and flushes him down. So he goes to the pipe, passing by a fish that's looking for his dad. Like, oh, ha ha! I see what you did there.
Yeah, if the if the pipe trick wasn't enough, that definitely was the icing on the cake when it came to the references.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, okay. I'll say this much: the overuse of reference humor is a bit one of the things I didn't really like about this movie. But yeah. So anyway, he goes to the pipes and lands in a city that kind of looks like London, but rat-sized, called Retropolis. Not to be confused with the game that I've been playing and showing for the past couple weeks.
And oddly enough, that was the working title when they were writing this thing out.
And yeah, after stumbling around a bit and running into a, how should I put it? The world is about to end! We're all doomed! One of those, what are they called? Crazy people, yes. But yeah, like one of those, like, proclaimers of oncoming doom and the apocalypse and whatnot. He manages to.
I was, I was, I was gonna say something similar, but not exactly Old Man McGuffet.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I said I was starting to wake up. Not really. I'm still kind of tired. It's just one of those days. Anyway, but yeah, he runs into someone like, "Oh, you want to get back up top, huh? Well, I know someone like someone runs up old the Jammy Dodger. You want to talk to them?" So he goes to the boat and sorry, I'm just my uh, my brain is not working on full power tonight. Uh, anyway, and meets up with the captain of the Jammy Dodger, Rita. Now Rita is she isn't like Roddy, like usual. Hey, what are you doing on my boat? Kind of deal. And yeah, they argue a bit, and he tries to talk to her about what he needs to do, but uh, mm,
Turns out she's trying to be undercover from this gang of from a from a gang of super rats, two of which are played by Andy Serkis and Bill Knightley.
yes, and like she tries to hide and pull to uncover, stay quiet, and fortunately, Roddy accidentally hits the air horn, which basically reveals the boat, and they end up getting captured. And so they're looking for a ruby that they claim that Rita has, and yeah, basically they stole the ruby from her because it belonged to her father. She stole it back. But yeah, so they're captured and they they take them to their boss, Magneto. I mean, the Toad, voiced by voiced by Ian McKellen. So yes, we have Wolverine versus Magneto.
Although, although also notes, lots of people were, lots of people were, lots of people are no doubt more focused on the Lord of the Rings.
Fair enough. But yeah, Roddy's trying to explain, no, I have nothing to do with this. But Rita convinces that, oh, he's an international thief and he stole the ruby from her. It's like, yeah, basically she's getting back at him for blowing her cover. But yeah, they meet the boss, the Toad, and he doesn't like rodents. But like at first, like, oh, Roddy's wearing a suit. He's coming up top. He's an upper class being, and he shows off his collection. And some choice comments kind of annoys him, and then Roddy accidentally breaks a few things on accident. Yeah, Roddy's a bit clumsy at the beginning of the movie. And yeah, basically he takes them to the fridge, or the freezer, I mean, and plans to have them frozen in a glass with liquid nitrogen. Thankfully, they managed to escape by they end up trapping the henchman in the glass, and basically they escape by taking a electrical cable and what's it called? You do the thing where you hang a thing over a rope and slide down. You know that thing? They do that with the cable.
Zip lining.
Yeah, that.
I think we have experience.
Right, ziplining. But yeah, the electrical cable is actually used to control the floodgates. So yeah, they quickly get back to the boat and they start arguing about the ruby and yeah, Roddy points out that it's fake. You know, it's glass and breaks it. Rita is not very pleased. Because, like, yeah, her dad literally broke every bone in his body to get that thing. And now she's found out that it was completely worthless. Yeah. Not feeling so great right now. But Roddy offers, like, okay, I'm trying to get back up top. The people I'm with, they have real jewelry. Like, I can get you a real ruby. And she agrees, but first they stop off to visit her family. Okay. She wants him to stay outside, but the family invites him in. However, during the stay there, he overhears a conversation. It's that classic trope of you only hear part of a conversation and you assume the worst. And basically, yeah, he thinks that they were gonna sell him out to the Toad. So he steals the Jammy Dodger. How Roddy is not a very good driver, so Rita's able to catch up with him and explains what happened. And like, okay, sorry, I stole the boat. Of course, she also kicks him off the boat onto the rubber duck that she used to catch up with him. And she's gonna leave her there, but he managed to grab onto a rope that was trailing behind the boat, and music's her into compliance to let him back on. Oh right, every now and then we get like little musical bits with these snails that are just around, and that's another thing that I didn't really like about this movie is like it feels forced, like.
I can't help but wonder if you felt felt similar minion inspiration vibes.
Well, I haven't actually watched any of the movies with minions in it, so. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
that same kind of annoyingness.
Oddly enough,
It's like,
I also haven't seen Despicable Me, but I have caught on to certain aspects.
yeah, it's like they're trying to force a moment, and it comes off as forced. Yeah, so the minions start catching up with them, and they race off and manage to get away. The Toad is not very pleased with their continuous failures, and calls for his French cousin, Le Frog.
Who I dare, whose VA I dare say has quite made quite made up for Roland Emmerich's attempt of telling Godzilla.
Yeah. Oh right, other voices. Andy Serkis is Spike, one of the hench rats, while the other is Whitey, voiced by Bill Nighy. I'm not exactly sure the exact pronunciation, but
Of note, he would later return for another DreamWorks. I mean, for of note, 90 would return for another the aforementioned Arthur Christmas.
yeah. Just looking at the filmography. Ooh, he voiced a character in Castlevania. Neat. Anyway, uh, back to the wiki. Oh, and Sid is voiced by Shane Ritchie. Right, where am I? Do. So yeah, so yeah, LeFrog shows up, and it's revealed that the Toad was Prince Charles's favorite childhood pet until, Charles got a pet rat, and he got flushed down the toilet. Uh, so yeah, Roddy and Rita are going along, and another drink. At one point, they stop for the night, have dinner. Like Roddy really likes the rice, but no, that's not rice. Those are maggots. I believe that was what it was. Point is, not rice, bugs. And he ends up sleeping in a sock. So morning comes, she tells him to tie stuff down because they're going to be going fast. And he goes to tie the thing down, and a toad helps, hold the thing down. It's like, oh, thanks. And it's like, yeah, it's the toad and his French hench toads, including a mime.
Which by the way has probably one of the most creative.
Yeah, I didn't mind the mime. Like, okay, mime humor. I can get behind that. Oh, right.
One of the most creative uses of everyday. One of the most creative uses of everyday props as a form of a joke.
Yeah. Oh, right. Going back a bit. The previous night, they talk a bit and, like, hey, what's it like at your place? Like, got family, friends? Like, and he's like, oh, yeah, tons of family and friends. I'm lonely.
At his size, at least, he has a
Yeah.
decent relationship with the ownership.
Yeah. But he starts to realize that, yeah, well, the place is, like, all big and nice. He doesn't actually really have anyone else to, talk to or hang with or anything really. Yeah, like so. Oh, the minions are the Latoda and the minions are there, and it's like, oh no, they've been caught. So, so the mime goes up and he's holding a cell phone and flips it open, and it's the Toad, and the mime is basically miming along with how the Toad is speaking. On occasion, just going off doing his own thing. And it's like, okay, that was actually kind of funny. It's like,
Again, arguably the most creative use of everyday props for a form of a joke.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. At first, they think like, oh, he's here about the ruby. Oh no, that was a fake. And he was like, no, the cable. What cable? The one you're using as a belt. Because yeah, Rita actually started using the cable as a belt. Forgot to mention that. But Roddy has a plan. He flings a fly up into the air. It's like, hey, look, a fly! And all of the minions immediately like right in time for it to be for it to be caught by a hook. Unfortunately, Leto did not fall for that, and they start fighting, and eventually they go over a waterfall. And okay, here's the thing: the boat actually has a little mechanical arm thing, and so it's basically holding onto a pipe over a big drop. But yeah, the turtle manages to climb up, grab the belt, and starts kicking the fingers off. So they start falling, but they manage to use a plastic bag to lift themselves up. And on the way up, they actually grab the cable back from Latoad, and they're up in the air over London. It's like, and they manage to maneuver themselves over to Roddy's place. So they get to the house. They're like, pretty big place, like I said, rich family. And yeah, Roddy gives Rita the ruby he promised, along with an emerald, and shows her around. And as they're going along in the car, oh yeah, Roddy has a car. It's a toy car, but it also has an airbag. So yeah, but yeah, Rita notices the cage there, and you're a pet. But like, no, I have family here, and yeah, he gets sad and like, oh yeah, this is my brother Rodney. But I guess the two of them know each other because like, hey Sid, hey Rita. It's like, it's never actually mentioned how they know each other. I don't believe. I guess they crossed paths at some point. But yeah, it's like, yeah, she has to go back to her family, and she tries to convince Roddy to come with her, but like, he's not quite at the point yet. Like, no, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm. Uh. So she leaves.
I have a serious investigation, though.
Huh?
To be precise, I have a serious infestation to take care of.
Yeah. So yeah. So unfortunately, she quickly gets captured by the Toad. Uh, so yeah, Roddy's talking to Sid about the game, and it's like, and he reveals that like they're having snacks and drinking, but he he tells them not to drink too quickly. He's like, yeah, holding it until halftime. And wait, the Toad mentioned in the World Cup up in his plans, like, and he realizes that he's planning to flood the city when everyone goes to use the bathroom. He'll open the floodgates. All those innocent bystanders wiped away in a flood of piss. Anyway, but yeah, it's like, okay, Sid, come with me to the bathroom. No, I don't know. No, you are gonna flush me down. I need to get back there. So yeah. So he gets down there, and yeah, the floodgates are opening, and he sees Rita tied up and hanging from a rope. So he gets one of those those mini fan things that use like a single battery. He gets one of those things and a balloon and flies up to get her free.
Like I said, the use of everyday props throughout this movie gets quite creative.
Right. Oh yeah. Skipping back to Sid. Before he goes, I was like, okay, you flush me down. This place is yours. Be good to the girl, you know. the girl is nice. You like take care of her. Like yes, and yeah, basically he frees Rita, and they fight the henchmen, but they're quickly dispatched, and the they actually use the liquid nitrogen to freeze the French minions. Ugh. Another drink.
Turns
But
out,
yeah,
turns out
oh,
Turtles has a bit of a repopulation plan.
oh yeah, get rid of the rats, and the toads will rule. Woo! Or whatever. Anyway, so they need to close the floodgates, but oh no, the toad is in their way, and he captures Rita. And God, I cannot think tonight. Okay, almost done with this. Basically, something about where the toad is standing ends up freezing his freezing his leg to the platform he was on, and so Roddy positions himself in. Uh, I forget exactly what happened, but he manages to get the toad to stick his tongue into the gears that are opening up the floodgates, and Rita ends up getting tossed over, and Roddy uses the frog to swing over and catch her. But oh no, it's halftime. The flood is coming. So they basically make use of the liquid nitrogen to freeze the wave of water. And yay, everyone is saved. So yeah, Roddy decides to stay with Rita. They make a Jammy Dodger or Mark II or whatever. Like yay, new boat. And as they go off, we see LaFrog and his hench frogs basically trying to get a ride back to France, and we see Roddy one last time as the not Rod not Roddy Sid. That's Sid.
Yeah.
I am really out of it today. Yeah, we see Sid one last time, and yeah, Roddy's owner Tabitha brings a new pet cat. And yeah, that was the movie. It, it was okay. Like I said, the it focused. Also a lot of physical humor. Like the minion Spike is always getting hurt, and at one point, Roddy basically keeps getting hit in the balls, in the crotch or whatever. It's like it was very forced. Like but yeah, the use of physical humor, the snails, and okay, really there wasn't as much reference humor, but still, It's like, yeah, definitely not as good as last week, and I'm not sure how it stacks up with Chicken Run.
I'm willing to admit. I'm willing to admit that. Yeah, there was a bit of a change in terms of the sense of sense of humor that they went with this time around. Although still the still the occasional hints of some of there's still the occasional hints of the
There was some legit humor hidden in there.
in particular the kind that's native to the country of origin.
True.
That's that's one of the strengths when it comes to Aardman.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know why, but like my headphones are plugged in and everything, but like even when I'm not talking, my the the profile icon keeps randomly blinking green as if I'm talking. It's like, what is going on? Before I plug in my headphones, were you getting like any feedback or echo? I'm wondering if it's just, Discord being weird. You know?
Yeah, I did kind of take note. Yeah, I did kind of take notice of that as the call was getting started. Call was getting started, as well as occasional film audio from your end as we were watching.
Yeah, I don't know why my microphone's like super sensitive this week. Okay, let me go into the settings. Yeah, it's just getting occasional random blips. That is weird. Let's see if. But yeah, and the audience wasn't as great either because with a with a budget of 149 million, its box office return was only 178 million. So yeah, this was definitely a flop. And it was actually the last film that Aardman and DreamWorks collaborated on together.
That said, over time it's gotten a respectable following because it's Aardman. There's bound to be some sort of charm with it.
Yeah. Oh, it had a. Of course, I had a video game. It was like the. When was this? It was the mid 2000s. Every movie had a video game.
Regarding the CG standpoint, even though CG standpoint already mentioned this looks more argumentative in terms of a character designs, but of note, one of the one of the reasons they actually went this direction, as opposed one of the reasons they actually went this direction was not because their studio burned down, but to them at least they were not exactly had not exactly found a way to get not exactly found a way to make water work in terms of stop motion.
Yeah. Okay, so what voice actor combos do we have? Of course, we have Wolverine and Magneto, Gandalf and Gollum. Uh, okay, the other actors I don't really know as well.
Well, everyone knows Kate Winslet from Titanic.
Yeah.
I found a few interesting notes on the additional voices part of it.
Hmm?
One of them being Conrad Vernon, who's done a few other DreamWorks stuff as well. Done a few other DreamWorks stuff as well as was in the recent Addams Family movie.
Oh.
And also animator as well as the guy who actually came up with the original idea for this film, Sam Fell, lends his vocal talents as well. And while I can understand the musical numbers, not exactly well catching catching on as much. I will I was still smiling and I was still smiling inside because I knew of I was smiling inside when Fred Mary was playing towards the end. I'd known that song since I was a kid.
Right. Let's try something. That didn't seem to help. Never mind.
And again, I liked the use of everyday props.
Yeah. Ugh. So, should we get into the news for this week? I'm trying to think what actually happened this week. Huh. That's- Oh no. Yeah.
Well, Godzilla vs. Kong moved up to late March.
Oh, all right.
Ethan Hawke's been cast for Moon Knight.
I saw that. Wow, the name sounds vaguely familiar. I think. Eh, no, nothing I've seen.
Nothing of note, except, well, nothing of note, but resume includes First Reformed and Gattaca. Sandman Netflix adaptation reportedly casted Gwendolyn Christie.
Hmm.
Seems there was a Batman and Superman and Lois crossover that's currently been canceled due to issues in the current state of affairs.
Yeah.
Ooh, first official images for the new Mortal Kombat, including Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Sonya, Liu Kang, and others.
Well,
Sam Wilson's Captain America costume for Falcon and Winter Soldier has been leaked.
hmm.
Seems to get a trailer for the Russo brothers is Cherry. Seems Warner's taking the side of President Hamada in terms of those recent crisis with Fisher.
Hmm.
Feig believes everything's on board when asked about possible return of Defenders characters. Evans returning to his Captain America in a future Marvel cinematic project.
That'll be interesting.
Got, a, got another got another cast member for Moon Knight. May Kalamui. Resume includes Remy and Long Road. Lucasfilm reportedly interested in continuing Captain Rex's story in the live-action Rebel sequel.
Right.
Mandalorian rumored to take most of the decade. Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt and J.K. Simmons looks set to head to a streaming service. Open world Star Wars game in the works from Lucasfilm Games and Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Also, if it makes you feel better, I also feel a tad bit sketchy given that things that came up.
Yeah.
Jen Prothel seems to have responded to the logo backlash.
Oh.
Seems Marshall Manhunter is going to debut in the Snyder Cut. bold call here. Might be better than that failed TV pilot.
Yeah.
Another push for No Time to Die. Seems seems it's not going for an undisclosed fall date.
Yeah, at this point, it's better to wait it out than, yeah. What? Huh.
Black Mass is going to be a major season 2 villain for Batwoman.
Okay.
Shagman of WandaVision confirms collaborations with directors for Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange 2.
Hmm.
Kevin Feige, working on his own Star Wars movie, has debunked claims of taking charge of Lucasfilm. Lucas Michael Waldron tasked with writing the screenplay. Not in Phase 4, but there will be in Avengers 5. Morbius also gets a push. October. Black Widow and others may soon follow. X-Men reboot development has been long and ongoing. Joe Burton of Humans is a new showrunner for the Batman HBO Max spinoff. Among season 3 cast for Umbrella Academy, Genesis Rodriguez and Jake Espion. Deadpool officially in the MCU, and President confirmed the R rating for third movie.
That is gonna be amusing.
Apparently, concept art for the scrapped Greengrass Watchmen had fresh takes of Dr. Manhattan as well as War Sash. Haven't quite much news until now, but they're putting a bit of a smile on my face. CNO 1309 and Reading 2102 are set to be steaming up pretty soon.
So apparently NBC is working on a Young Rock series. Like, okay. Sure, I guess.
15.ai back online with tons of new characters.
Yeah, I actually checked that out the other day.
Possible new logos getting revealed from Taobao.
Yep.
Investor event confirmed for February 25th.
Hmm.
Secret Ring Blind Bad Packs now available from Entertainment Earth. A podcast from Rooster Teeth with Tara Strong and John Delancey.
Yeah, I heard about that.
right to the
So apparently there's a Dungeons and Dragons series in the works. Apparently by the writer or one of the writers of John Wick. Like, okay, that has potential.
amongst the notable passings of late. Michael Ted, whose film work includes The World Is Not Enough, Steve Schmaliger, Oliver photographer, Dale Bayer, animator for Lion King, Roger Rabbit, and Robin Hood, Julie Strain, who did such cult works as Heavy Metal, Carolee Wilk, and Carolee Wilcox of Muppet Show and Sesame Street.
Right. So just checking, we're doing the bits of people who died, or
Is there anything else that you thought of mentioning?
no, I was asking if that's what you were just doing.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Siegfried of Siegfried and Roy. Well, that surprised me.
Okay.
And hold on, digging through the one of my forums I go to, there was one more. Trying to find it. Uh, it's here somewhere. Uh, let's see now. What did we? Okay, I'll do direct search. Can't find it. Yeah, Joanne Rogers, Mr. Rogers' wife.
Ooh. At least they both can now live in a better place.
Yeah. Wait, Siegfried and Roy had a cartoon? Huh. Weird. But hey, that's the 90s for you. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. its Discord or your game, but it seemed like it was kind of flashing a bit. We should probably wrap things up soon because it's getting late.
Well, bit of a week for the both of us.
Yep.
Good to know an aforementioned Mrs. will finally be with her husband in a better place. Despite the different humor direction, it's still pretty hard to say that Aardman, anything from Aardman was honest. Since it's still hard to say, Aardman hardly produces a stinker. We're going back to the traditional stump. Traditional stop motion means next week, and the film in question has two different titles regarding of location. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and hopefully we will see you next week.